Hi, I'm Elvis Eddie and welcome to the Dolby Atmos Renderer and Pro Tools Studio software setup. Download Pro Tools Studio and the Dolby Atmos Renderer from the Avid website. Install and copy the activation to your iLock dongle, and then you should be set up and ready to go. Open up the Dolby Atmos Renderer. Set for 5.1 if that's what you're choosing. Choose your input. And your LTC timecode need to be highlighted. Go into your Dolby Atmos Renderer preferences to set up your audio input. So the audio driver's core audio. Choose Dolby Audio Bridge as your input device, and your output device should be a DSP sound card. Mine's Universal Audio Thunderbolt. Choose your LTC, your time code, and set that to channel 129. You've got your frame rates and sample rates for film, audio, etc. They should match the Pro Tools. And then you've got other outputs there. I'm just using a 2-channel speaker. If you go into your input configuration, again, you can choose many flavors of the Dolby Atmos up to 712. I'm using 5.1. So I'll cancel that. Once that's done, you should be set to go, and just open up a Pro Tools Studio, choose a new project and keep the Atmos Renderer open at the same time. Name your session. This is for Mac, by the way, because you can only run these two softwares together on a Mac, and it's possible to do on Windows, but it's a little bit more complicated, more expensive. You need Dante and other audio card interfaces. So this is the simple way to do it, which is what I'm showing you today. Right, that's Pro Tools Studio open. First of all, go to your setup, session, and if you just change a few settings in here, session start should be 5958. That's very important for the output of your file, and then choose your time code rates, your sample rate, your bit rate, and interleaved whatever WAV type you're using. So that's the first one. The second one, just check there, we got Dolby Audio Bridge in the hardware setup. Playback engine again is where you set it up. So this is Dolby Audio Bridge and not your sound card, because you're outputting 128 channels to the Dolby Atmos Renderer. There we go. I/O settings. Now this is very important, that whatever's in there previously, the minute you start running these surround sound projects, you need to delete everything, and then you can just use the default, which is what Dolby Audio Bridge will tell it. So the renderer host, yes, you set up to your local computer. That should be green. External renderer, and Pro Tools has an internal renderer now, but we're using our external renderer so we can get some great flavors of file types and output, like MP4 audio and video, which we'll show you later. So just delete all these original existing paths that you've been using. These ones are my default bridge ones, but I'll just show you how to do it from scratch. So just delete everything on your Dolby Atmos bus, output and input tabs. Once they've all been deleted, you can input afresh and it will just populate everything as a default for the bridge, which gives you all your inputs and outputs for your surround project. Makes it easy. So even there you can see up to channel 1, 2, 9 and 30. So once that's all deleted, just a few I created before. Choose 5.1 SMPTE timecode, which is what my project output is, to match the Dolby renderer inputs. You have many flavors, as you can see. I'm just highlighting a few here for you to look at. So if you go back to the Dolby Atmos renderer, pull config, I've created stereo outputs at the bottom, you can see, and then look, everything's populated for 5.1, main out, etc. on the bus. Output again, everything configured properly for 5.1. You've got all the options in there. You can set up a 5.1 path in your bus, name it 5.1. These are just some examples. I'm not taking you through an in-depth tutorial on Pro Tools. This is just some quick ways. And auto-config subpaths you can tick as well. You can name it whatever you want, bus 5.1. So you can set these up manually to output your 5.1 to. Again, just click the auto create subpath so you can get all your stereo and different options. I'll just show you there. That's the one. We'll just move it up to the top and I'll show you the subpaths later. Right, there we go. So audio, put in a new track. This is for your, you could use an audio track and just name it LTC. So this is your time code. Important to get this done first. Just a mono track. So you insert plugin and go to other. Dolby LTC generator mono. So this automatically goes into your plugins once you've installed your renderer, your Dolby Atmos renderer. And again, then you can output to channel 129, which will speak to your renderer, and it just syncs all your audio up. You'll get your time code in both Pro Tools and the Dolby renderer. So 129. Then if you just click on your Dolby Atmos renderer, which is open at the same time, and you press play, you should see, look, the time code's coming into both and it's properly synced up. There we go. You can see. And you got a very faint noise of white noise as that plays. That's your time code sound. That just shows you that Pro Tools and your renderer are talking. So if we create now a 5.1 auxiliary input, these are just basic things you can do to get your Dolby Atmos and Pro Tools talking and everything working. You can find in-depth tutorials on how to use Pro Tools for surround sound, and there's documentation in your softwares with especially Dolby Atmos renderer as to how to go into the more detailed configuration settings. So this is just setting up a 5.1 master fader. You've got an auxiliary input and a master fader, so you can control the sound individually, and you can do an overall control with a master fader for the audio out. So you'll see 5.1 tracks. What we can do is add an audio track now. We'll choose a stereo audio track. Say you're choosing drums or keyboards or whatever. A lot of times you'll have a stereo file. And we're going to just add on here a signal generator for the sound, so you can hear the sounds coming out through the different buses. We've output to object 11 and 12 on this sound. So you can choose any one of the configurations. You could choose stereo or quad. So I'm going to choose quad here for the output, so it can go to the back speakers and the front. There we go. You can hear it's only on a stereo at the moment. And you can output either to the object or the bus, so it can go to the object or the bed, which is the bus. That's your bed there. And if I choose object, it would just come through on the blue circles. And I'm just going to turn on this is the stereo 3D panner within Pro Tools. And just do a little demonstration so you can see exactly where the sound. That's a stereo, but we could choose the front, the back speaker, or kind of go towards the center. There we go. It's just showing you that it's going into the LS and the left and right, etc. You have many more settings in there, and I won't take you through all those because this is just basically how to get these two softwares set up and talking. There's 1,000 ways to edit and choose different stems, etc. However you want to do your auxiliary stuff and your effects and your plugins, etc. within your surround. See that again, you can see is going into 4 channels, front and back, and it's almost going to the opposite sides. You also have the height as well if you've got a bigger speaker configuration. So you can choose high, low. I'm just doing the bass sort of 5.1. So your front speakers. I'll just mute that out there, so just again just show you. This is just an example to show you the sound coming through is going to the different speakers. So far we've set up a project, we've got the audio coming through, everything talking. You can have as many audio tracks as you want, put them on different objects. You can see your bus is here. You've got some options. Again, this is going into the center, as you can see, going towards the side. You could use your normal 5.1, the whole bus there, and then you've got the LFE. So you can see the lower frequencies coming up with your LFE when you put it into the whole of the 5.1 mix. You can see left, right, center, back speakers, surround sound with the LFE off, going towards the front, going towards the side, back, center again, and side. You got some control modes here, record, play, etc. I just turn off the 3D monitor. This isn't an in-depth on Pro Tools by any way. I'm just showing you how to basically set it up. You have now this sort of Dolby Atmos renderer 3D look. Now if you turn your sound channel into the just going to demonstrate here to turn it into object mode rather than bed mode. So rather than from bus, you can go to a bed mode, which is in the bus, or object mode. So if you turn it to the object, you'll see the two little green lights come on in the 3D configuration. So now you can see the 3D window working within Dolby Atmos renderer, and that's because we put it into object mode. There we go. You can see them moving with the 3D panner inside of Pro Tools. It talks, but it has to be in the object mode to actually work. You've got the LFE there, which doesn't seem to be recognized when you're in object mode for that particular routing setup. There we go. The LFE's coming up once you turn it back into bus mode. There we go, lots of control between the two interfaces. You can hear all the sounds coming out. It's up to you how you output your audio from your DAW and your sound card, your DSP. So you can do 5.1, you can do 2 channel, you can do 7 channels if you've got enough room for the speakers. So you can actually audition and hear this. But again, you can do it binaural. You can set it up just to listen through headphones. I think there are special 5.1 headphones as well that even gives you a little bit more of an immersive treatment. This is a session that I've just set up very quickly to demonstrate how to output at a master file, a Dolby Atmos master file. So the start has to be an hour. Your main start time's an hour. Your end is the time for the actual track. This one's 2 minutes 56 and 18 frames. So it'll be 1 hour, 2 minutes 56 and 18 frames. So once you highlight that, don't touch the timeline, just leave it be, and then everything should output nicely. So all you've got to do now is go into your Dolby Atmos renderer software, which is open. All you need to do is go File, New Master File, So make sure the output, browse for your folder where you want to put the file, and then you just name the file. You've got an add FFOA. I've just left that blank, so I just name my master file. And this is literally the quickest way to getting yourself up and running with a file that plays on your audio hi-fi system. So you've got the master file, which is named new track master.atmos. The time code and everything is synced up. All you need to do is activate the record button. Once your record button is activated, go into Pro Tools and press play. Yes. You can hear the time code.
When you say that's it, boy, I'm finally beat.
This is one of my newest tracks that I'm just working on with a bit of surround sound.
Come on, boy, take a real deep breath and jump right in. Hold your head up high. You gotta be strong. Oh yeah. Come on and sing, sing, sing. There ain't nothing like a song.
There we go, you can hear just some of the audio outputs. I will have the whole track enabled for download. Now you can see at the top, all the time code is there with the name of the master file. Click off the incoming LTC. Press the play button and just highlight the transport there, and then just press the play button and you'll get a playback. There we go, that's the 5.1 master file. Playback with all the tracks. Yeah, so this will play back on any amplifier, hi-fi, TV, whatever, as long as you got Atmos, Dolby Atmos support. You could choose no video, custom video, which is what I've done. So I've got an MP4 which I created in Premiere, and I'm just adding this 5.1 track to it.
When you say that's it, boy, I'm finally beat. You're going 90 miles an hour down a dead-end street. You don't want to fight no more, you think that you can win. Come on, boy, take a real deep breath and jump right in. Hold your head up high.
Thank you so much for watching this video. You know, it's, I think, very important to have the brand new Dolby Atmos there and just show people that it's easy to install, it's very affordable, and what's more, it's actually superseding Dolby Digital. So the Dolby Atmos render will be very important, as Windows 11 now is dropping support for Dolby Digital, which we've been using for a long time, many years, which again has been on all the DVDs and video files, and now, as you see, all the online new media is coming out with Dolby Atmos sound, so everything's gearing up for Dolby Atmos. All I can say is good luck, download your programs, install them, and have fun creating Dolby Atmos surround. Thank you very much from Elvis Ltd.